first race at Killarney in 1947. Basically came through that gate there. That was the road. Okay. And in 51, they did a little loop and they did that. 52, they extended it. 55, they took it down to the back corner. In 1960, they built this circuit, which is what it is now. And over the years, we've added a drag strip, a karting circuit, an oval track, a rallycross circuit, and a 1 kilometer short circuit. So those are the different types of events we hold at Killarney. Okay. We had 3,600 people at the Extreme Festival on the 18th. Normal Power Series is just over 2,000. But the views on live stream are significant. When I last checked, there were over 9,000 views of the Extreme Festival, and the live streaming of the Power Series had about 7,000 views.
And what's the capacity?
20,000 people.
So 20,000, wow.
No.
Where do they park?
Well, for 20,000 we've got to have off-site parking. So then we've got to arrange parking somewhere else and shuttle people in.
Okay.
But that's what we got for World Rallycross. Okay.
Sure.
Normal capacity, on-site parking, anything above 8,000, you got a problem. This is the start line. Start-finish line is here. You go down to turn 1, you take the left-hand corner, you come behind that blue and white building, just behind this red roof, that's turn 2. It goes through a kink, and in front of those grandstands on that side is turn 3. You go up a short straight, the double apex sweep over there, down the back straight to a banked hairpin, the only one in the country, and up to here. It's 3.267 k's long. Drag racing starts where that blue tower is and ends here,
What's that distance?
400 meters. And then we see, if you look straight ahead, you'll see where the turn is, it runs through. You see the turn goes left and then the tar carries on straight. Okay, we move those tires, we open the gates there, and this, from here to there is a slowdown area, and then they turn right and they make their way around to the back. If they've got a problem, there's catch nets at the base there to catch them if they literally have a problem. Obviously, this is the karting circuit. We also hold an 8-hour event. It's been going for many, many years now, about 40 years. It is international, although COVID has messed it up a bit. So some of the guys that used to come don't come.
And do you do some 4x4 stuff?
Yes. You see where the sign there says toilet?
Yeah, behind it.
Behind that, that's the old motocross circuit, which we've half converted into an adventure bike facility. But to the right of it, behind the grandstand, where I'll take you, there's a 4x4 training facility.
Okay.
Yeah, and in that corner, which you can't see, but I'll take you there, we've got a skid pan for advanced driver training. And where that faded blue roof is, on that side, behind that is our spinning pitch, which can also be used to teach people to spin, to teach people to drift. Yeah. Oval track, you see the corner comes through over here. So it runs between turn 2 and over there. So roughly also 400 meters in length.
And who participated in that one? You're just using that 400 meter?
Basically, it's guys who specialize in oval track racing. They build their cars specifically to do that. Those events are organized by the Cape Hell drivers. It's a legacy of Killarney and Western Province Motor Club. After this track was built in 1960, they ran the Cape Grand Prix in 1960, and on the 1st of January 1962, they ran the second Cape Grand Prix. Successful events, but not financially. The club was basically insolvent having built a circuit. And so then the existing chairman, after this lounge is named Adrian Pfeiffer, came up with the idea of an 8-day motor show at Goodwood. And they had the show, even though they knew nothing about organizing a motor show, they did it. And he was also an ideas man with, he wanted to add extra. And he came up with oval track racing on that little circle at Goodwood. And that's where it started. And then it became very popular, it grew. And then Western Province Motor Club took the decision that they didn't want to organize events there, so they passed it on to the Cape Old drivers. When Goodwood was sold, the Cape Old drivers came here. But in the 70s, South Africa had a Formula One series with John Love and Dave Charlton and Ian Schechter participating. Yeah, a local Formula One series. And then when that became too expensive, they moved to Formula 2 and then Formula Atlantic. And then I think it was in the late 80s that petered out due to cost. I was going to show you the Rallycross circuit, which is for the World Rallycross, comes here. Basically, start line is behind the FTW building. You go up the straight, around that corner, and then turn straight in on the gravel over there. Over the jump, go down, and then, it's very difficult to see, but down there's some little red and white curbs sticking up.
Yes.
You do a sharp 90-degree right. In there, a gravel turn brings you around, and you come up alongside that Armco, join the oval track, and that's one lap.
What is the square meterage of your?
47 hectares. So
Who owns that? Province?
City of Cape Town.
City of Cape Town?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we lease
You've got a
it.
good relation with them now?
Very good. And we've just got a 15-year lease from them, with the option of another 15 years. So effectively 30 years.
Okay, fantastic. And do you have like permanent sponsors that are aligned to you? Or?
Yes. As you can see here, the Porsche Club sponsors the straight. Pertamina or Fastron sponsor that corner. Interceptor shoes over there.
And it's all long-term sponsorships?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wingfield Motors, you'll see the signage. They've been sponsoring the Power Series for 10 years.
Okay.
It's in their 10th year now.